Let's talk politics. What are your thoughts when you hear that said? So many things come to our mind as we think of even the term politics, particularly in just a politically charged, hostile, tribal world that we live in. This week, we're going to continue our series on really called Living All of Life for Jesus and looking specifically at our call as citizen. My goal is to sidestep some of the hyper partisan type of things. And even as we think of that, though, Scripture certainly speaks to many issues. And it speaks clearly on many issues that are political in nature today. And yet we live in a broken world. We live in a fallen world. We live in a complicated world with systems that we inherit. And with that, it makes things complicated of how do we apply biblical principles to real life situations in a way that honors and loves the Lord and serves our neighbor well. We're going to be looking at that this week, and I hope doing so in a way that is faithful to Scripture, is not binding in our conscience in a way that's going beyond what Scripture says. And so giving us much freedom as we think about this, but also rightfully recognizing our obligation as citizens and what that means for this particular calling in our life. And so I'm looking forward to unpacking that. Certainly, like with last week and even the weeks before, certainly not comprehensive, but hopefully give some categories for us to think biblically about these areas. And so this week, particularly, we'll be looking at our calling as Christians, as citizen, and I'm looking forward to thinking through and wrestling through this together. And my prayer, my hope is that as Christians, we can present a better way than what the world is offering us as far as how we approach these type of topics. We'll also have our Equipping the Saints time from 9 to 10. That's beforehand, so from 9 to 10. Our Equipping the Saints, we're looking at spiritual fitness, so looking through several spiritual disciplines. Love to have you out to that, even if you haven't been part of the series at all. Feel free to jump in to that at any time. There's also kids programming during that time as well. They're going through the Gospel Project curriculum. And then from 10 to 10:30 is a coffee time. And then our service is at 10:30. Whether you've been part of our series this whole time, whether you just want to jump in now, maybe you're curious about this topic, maybe you're exploring, looking at different churches, we'd love to have you this week. Our service is at 10:30. Join us as we worship our God together.